Hello, everybody. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Rachel.
And this is So I'm Watching Barry, Season 4, Episode 6, The Wizard. I don't have a ton to say. This was a very peace-moving episode, so, like, not a lot of actual plot happened.
Yeah.
Barry leaves to go back to LA to kill Jean. Sally does not want him to go, and then John also does not want him to go. John is, like, kind of losing it, and Sally is just like, I think it'll bring more attention onto us if you go kill Jean than it would if we let this movie come out.
Mm-hmm.
So, also, twist, Jean also doesn't want the movie to come out.
Right. I was really surprised about that.
I was a little bit shocked, because he was basically, and like, Leo didn't believe him.
Mm-mm.
But
I mean, why would he?
For sure. Especially since he shot him.
Yeah.
But it's nice to know he's alive, as is the grandson. So, while Barry is gone, Sally and John are, like, not doing good, to the point where Sally gives John just a bunch of vodka.
Girly,
I know. Not cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's also hammered.
Yeah. I'm having a hard time with her right now.
Yeah. I'm curious what the last 2 episodes are gonna do.
Yeah.
With her. Like, what's going to happen.
Yeah, because I mean, it's one thing to, like, have a kid and not really want to have a kid, but, like, to have a kid and go, like, that hard.
Yeah.
I'm just confused.
I think she's sort of lost it. Like, a lot.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that happens while Barry is gone is that the guy that she choked out in the bathroom.
I was very confused by that whole scene, because was it a dream? Did she go insane and tear apart the house? Like, I don't know.
I don't think so.
Because, I don't know, just like the driving of the car through the wall, it looked like it was like, it went up like this, and then, but it was like a car, not a truck or anything.
Oh, well, I don't know. That doesn't look like the most stable.
I guess.
House.
It seemed a little too dreamlike to be real.
Well, she's hammered.
Yeah. And I don't know. If the point of that scene was to leave us very disoriented, you did a good job, because I don't know.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely weird. I just assumed it was the guy from last week.
Yeah.
That she choked out in the bathroom.
I guess.
That was, like, coming for, but he seemed so scared of her last week, so.
Yeah, well, and she had him arrested for stealing money.
Yeah, but you can get on bail for. Someone else who has totally lost it is Fuchs, who is out of prison.
He has fully embraced the Raven.
Covered in tattoos.
Yeah.
Pretty decent tattoos for, like, prison tattoos. And he also just picks up a, let's say, handsome woman at the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf and just takes her along for the ride.
Yep.
And they go find Hank at his company, which is called NoHo Ball.
Sir, that suit.
Okay.
Working for me.
Very well done.
Yep.
That color green, the, like, actual fabric, because you can see the texture really well, the cut of it.
The fact that it was a 3-piece suit. It's so good.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm sexually attracted to NoHo Hank.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is for me.
What, had we not
established that?
It's
just so true.
Yeah.
The, like, pattern on the shirt underneath. Absolutely amazing. So, he has actually gone through with the sand business after Cristobal was killed. And he basically, I guess he had made a deal with Fuchs to, like, if Fuchs took care of stuff inside prison, he would set him up on the outside. So he's got a couple of guys. They get to Hank, who, I mean, he's like a Fortune 500. This is like a legitimate business, which was what they were kind of trying to do. I kind of find it very interesting that he ended up doing that anyway.
Yeah.
Probably because Cristobal died.
Yeah, that's what I would assume.
But presumably he has taken the Chechen mafia with him.
Yeah.
On this journey. That's all very cool. The office is beautiful. He's setting them up in a house. Fuchs is getting, like, at least $800,000 to, like, divide up as he sees fit. And then they're having, like, a dinner at the house later. and Fuchs says something about like how great it was, like how heroic or whatever it was that he killed Cristobal and took the like swiped the business out from under him, and Hank goes bonkers.
Yeah.
And he basically is like, you get out of this house tomorrow. The deal is completely off. And also, I think he was already a little bit put off because Fuchs was like, I want Barry. Like, you get me like alone in a room with Barry. And Hank was like, that is old news because it's been 8 years.
Yeah.
And he just was like, that's not something that like exists anymore. Like, don't even worry about that. So Hank, like I said, is, I mean, I think kind of rightfully, because I don't know that Fuchs would have kept going like that before prison.
Yes, he would have. Absolutely, he would have.
But I not like he's beholden to Hank. Like everything he receives is because of Hank.
Yeah, but as soon as he gets any kind of inflation of self, or there's like one thing that like throws him off his game, he immediately starts running his mouth.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about it this time felt different, like more unhinged.
Well, maybe just because he was hammered?
Maybe. I don't know. I just like...
And he's going on and on about having a family now after a day.
So weird.
Yeah.
Did he... Because like, I don't think that Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf barista had even changed her clothes. Did he know that Hank and Cristobal were like romantically together?
I think so.
I just don't know that he... I think he's got a screw loose because I know that he like picks and he'll like go after people, like especially Barry, and he'll like, you know, get to the part that they're sensitive about or whatever, but I don't know, given how much he's owing to Hank right now.
He doesn't give a shit. He's the Raven. It's the inflated sense of self.
That's the screw loose then, because normally I think he'd choose his words a little more wisely, but he's drunk and he's got a screw loose and he's drunk on himself as well. And so I don't know that I would mock someone's dead lover if I like owed them.
I mean, but he's also coming to it from, you know, the crooked side of it, and the way it looks is like he was part of a rival faction, you took care of it and then took it all for yourself. Like, because I think he's like seeing that mirrored back to him, even though that's not what it was at all.
Sure.
But
I see that. Yeah. I just like, that was out of pocket.
Because he was like, I feel like he was kind of like, high five, other bad guy. Like, something like that.
And Hank
like,
was like,
no.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Then for most of the episode, Gene is trying to discourage the movie, despite the fact that everybody is like, no, the movie's happening regardless. It's whether or not you are going to consult on it. You like, there's nothing else to do. And I do love too that they're like dramatizing it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like about Barry, but Gene is like the hero of Gene's character is like the hero of the piece. In between that, while he's getting like reacclimated to like, because I guess he's been in Israel. Yeah. So he's getting reacclimated to his life and everything. Barry is essentially stalking him across
and
Los
very
Angeles.
much trying to find a podcast that tells him that murdering is okay.
One of them voiced by Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Pastor Nick St. Angelo, who used to be an enforcer for a hockey team and killed somebody on the ice during an exhibition game. Hilarious. That was so hilarious.
Yeah.
So basically, Barry winds up tracking him to Leo's house, and he won't go in and do it because the grandson comes home. And then I just do love an assassin with like a moral code.
Yeah. Like,
no matter how bent the moral code is, I do love when they're just like, well, no kids though.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do kids. Except for that one karate girl. He was like, he was absolutely willing to murk her. So then, Gene makes it back to his own house, and
it is.
But Tom has moved in and put a bunch of weird TV collectibles everywhere.
Weird.
Hey. We have a wide variety. All of Tom's seems to be from the same show that I've never heard
Doody,
of. Was it Howdy Doody?
I think it was Howdy Doody.
And so Barry is like, well, this might be the time to do it. And he goes kind of around and he sees that the door was left open. So he walks up to it and he pushes the door open, and then a black sack goes over his head. And he wakes up and it is, what's his name?
Jim Moss.
Yeah, and he's got him tied to a chair. I appreciate that, and I also appreciate that Barry might be out of practice, but he is still a highly trained soldier and assassin, and I'm not sure that being tied to a folding chair is gonna stop him.
I don't know. He's met his match because Jim Moss has got the brain scramblies, and then
he does have the brain. He has the brain scramblies,
and he had a murder board basically behind him on the wall. So he has been tracking Barry for a while. I'm excited.
I already forgot about the brain scramblies, if I'm being honest, because he did it to that Vanity Fair reporter, which was great. So yeah, that is basically where we're at. Again, it was like a really great episode, just not a lot happened.
Yeah.
It was not like chock full of actual plot. It was very like, we need to get all these people where they're supposed to be for the last 2 episodes.
Which there's nothing wrong with.
No.
And they did it well. That's all that matters.
I agree.
Yeah.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with a place mover or like a placeholder episode, as long as it's still compelling to watch. And all of these actors absolutely working at the top of their game. I don't care what they do. It's so fun to watch. So, yeah. 2 episodes left, and then goodbye forever. I'm so sad.
Yeah.
But apparently Bill Hader is directing a horror movie next.
Interesting.
Excited.
Huh.
So, yeah. We'll be back next week. Like and subscribe. Let us know what you think. And that's it.
Bye.
Bye.